Hello everyone, I'm Amod and welcome to my YouTube channel. We know that Selenium WebDriver essentially offers two ways to load a URL in a browser, the get method and the navigate.to method. However, many of us are not fully aware of the actual difference between these two. Surprisingly, even ChatGPT, a tool we rely heavily on these days, provides incorrect information. So first of all, let's see the misconceptions about these two methods. First one, get method waits for the page to load completely, whereas navigate.to does not. Second point, get does not maintain browser history, but navigate.to does. And both points are incorrect. Let me show you how ChatGPT is answering this question. So I simply asked, what is the difference between get and navigate in Selenium WebDriver Java? So first it is explaining about driver.get and it says it waits for page to load completely before proceeding. That's correct. Again, it says does not maintain navigation history. You cannot use back or forward directly after get, which is 100% incorrect. And then it explains about navigate.to method and it says basics like it allows back and forward operations and also it is similar to get but supports navigation history. So again I wanted to say that whatever information are provided by these GPT tools are not always accurate. So you need to verify the fact before you blindly believe on that. So I will show you the actual implementation of these two methods and then I will run some examples so that you can see the difference in real as well. So we know that in the WebDriver interface we have this get method which is accepting a string URL, and if you want to see the implementation of this get, you can click on this link and it will take you to remote WebDriver class, and here it has some logic to load the URL. Let's not get into that logic, but we can see the implementation of this get method is in remote WebDriver like this. Now, if you go to WebDriver interface again, we have an inner interface called navigation, and within this inner interface we have few methods like back, forward, to, and we have two overloaded method and then we have rephrase, and this to method can be used to load the URL as well. Let's see the implementation of this to method. So first I'm going to click for the first one where it is accepting one string URL. Click on this one implementation and you can see it is going back to remote WebDriver class itself. And within this remote WebDriver class, we have one inner class called remote navigation. And within this, we have the implementation of all the methods provided by navigation interface. If you see this to method, within this to method, you can see it is calling remote WebDriver, which is the outer class reference, and using this, it is trying to call the same method which has defined in the outer class. So if you want to confirm, you can click on this get method and you can see it has navigated to the same get method which we have seen previously. So in short, to method also calls get method internally. So whatever functionality we have for get or logic we have implemented for the get method, same will be applied for to method as well. If you go to second overloaded method of to, which is accepting one URL type, and click on this one implementation, you can see again it is calling outer class reference and it is calling get method. But here they are just converting the URL to string. That's all. But it is again calling the get method itself. So by looking at these implementations, you can easily understand that get and to both are same, and to method calls get method internally. So ideally there should not be any difference like to does not wait for page to be loaded or get does not saves browser history. Let me write few lines of code to confirm this behavior as well. So I have one simple class where I am launching a Chrome browser, and first I am going to load CNN website, and before this get method and after this get method I want to print the current timestamp. So sys out new date, and same will be after get method. Let's run it. So you can see browser has been loaded and it is loading cnn.com. And this website is little slow. So it is waiting for page to be loaded and then it is giving the time. So it started from 31:55 and ended 32:06. So it took 11 seconds to load the web page. Now I'm going to use navigate.to method, and also I will add driver.quit so that I should not close it manually. Let me run this program now. So browser has been loaded and it is loading the cnn.com. Let's wait for page to be loaded, and then you can see browser has been closed and it started from 32:53 and ended 33:05. So it took 12 seconds. So you can clearly see both methods, get and to, are waiting for page to be loaded completely. So we have cleared the first misconception. Now let's see about the browser history. So I'm going to use get here, and then I will just remove these statements, and after loading the CNN, I want to load Chrome driver dot get Google, and after loading the Google, I want to load CVS website. And let me put some sleep as well so that you can clearly see what is happening. So I am going to put sleep of 5 seconds after each URL loading. Now I want to use Chrome driver dot navigate dot back. We put sleep again, and then I will use Chrome driver dot navigate dot forward, or let me use back again. So basically what I'm expecting, it is going to load CNN, then Google, then CVS. If I do back, then it should load Google again, and for the second back it should load CNN, and when I call forward, then it should load Google again. So let me run this program and see what happens. So it is loading CNN first. Now it is waiting for 5 seconds. It loaded Google. It is waiting for 5 seconds. And now it loaded CVS. Again it is waiting for 5 seconds. So you can see it has loaded Google because I am using back, and now it is loading CNN. I use back twice. And since after this forward I did not wait, so it loaded the page and closed the browser. So let me comment this statement and rerun this. So finally execution is over and we have Google loaded in a browser, which is expected. So you can clearly see if you are using get method, then also it is going to save the browser history. Then you might be wondering why we have extra method. So basically if you see in the WebDriver interface, we have one inner interface navigation, and this interface basically groups or provides all the methods related to navigation, like back, forward, to, or if you want to refresh. So just to have all the navigation methods, they've added this to method. And only difference you can say between get and to is that get is not overloaded but to method is overloaded. So I hope you are clear what is the difference between these two methods. So that's all in this video. If you have any doubt, please comment on this video. If you really like my videos, please like, comment, subscribe and share with others. Thank you everyone.